Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in your Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to give you guys 3 very good tips that's going to help you guys edit a lot faster in this game. I'm also going to show you guys how to practice your edits so that you guys can edit much quicker in this game. So if you guys are struggling to edit quickly in this game, or if you guys are looking for some very good tips, definitely stay to the end of the video because these tips are going to help you guys out tremendously. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. And if you guys want to win free V-Bucks and enter this giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video and when I announce the giveaway winners. And lastly, make sure you guys do comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into my next giveaway. So if you want some free V-Bucks, make sure you guys do enter. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to give you guys 3 editing tips you guys can use that's really going to help you guys out when it comes to improving your editing speed, because I feel like edits are probably the #1 way to outplay any type of player. So if you're going against someone who's maybe below average, or if you're going against someone who's very sweaty in this game, if you have very good editing capabilities, you're going to be able to outplay those type of players very consistently. So improving your edits is probably one of the #1 things that you guys want to have down and have very well and efficient in this game. So the first tip I want to go into that's going to help you guys edit a lot faster. This is something that's super helpful and helped me out a ton when it came to editing. It didn't matter if it was walls, floors, ramps, whatever the case may be. But when you're editing these structures, there's one thing specifically that you want to do, and the one thing specifically that you want to do that's going to help you edit a lot faster in this game is when you're editing, you only have to edit so much for the edit to go off. So what I mean by that is, say for example, you have you're going for a double edit. A lot of people, what they would do is they're going to edit all the way from front to back, but when you're editing, all you have to edit is just the 2 squares. As long as you touch the 2 squares, then you're going to be able to get off the edit. So if you over exaggerate your movements, like I'm showing here, what's going to happen is it's going to take even longer to get off the edit. You're going to be not as efficient, and you're going to be editing much slower in this game. So instead, what you want to do is just edit just enough to get off the edit and nothing more. That way, you're going to be editing as quickly as you possibly can without having to waste too much time going all the way front to all the way back. And the same thing can be true not only with double edits, but edits on wall, which I'll show you guys in a second. But as you can see, you're able to edit so much quicker if you just edit if you edit just enough instead of having to edit all the way around. So same thing can be true if you're editing just the corner 3 squares, or if you're editing the 4 corner squares. One thing that you want to do is just keep your reticle as tight as possible when you're editing, so that way you're not editing more than you need to, which is going to slow you down. And here's also a slow motion, just in case you guys are maybe still a little bit confused what I'm talking about. This is what you want to do when you're editing. You only have to touch the square in order for the edit to go off. So instead of going all the way towards the edge of all the squares, what you want to do is you only just want to use the squares that you have to press. So as you can see, when I'm editing here and I'm going through all the squares, it's much slower than if I were to keep my reticle super tight and just edit as much as I need to. That way you're able to edit as fast as possible. So this is a very good tip that a lot of you guys can use right away. Now when you're doing this, it's really important, also might be a good strategy, that maybe playing on a lower editing sensitivity could actually in fact improve your editing speed, because when you play on a lower editing sensitivity, you have a lot more control, meaning that if you're smart with it, you can actually edit faster on a lower sensitivity versus a high sensitivity. Because if someone on a high sensitivity were to go for the same edit, but they take the slowest way possible, so they don't keep the reticle tight and they move all the way around, they can actually be editing slower than someone who's maybe on a low sense, who's doing the technique that I just showed you guys what to do. And going into my second editing tip in this video, now this is something that I think is very helpful for a lot of guys who are practicing your edits, free builds, or whatever you guys are trying to practice in creative. You always want to practice having your shotgun out. That way you get your muscle memory of exactly when your shotgun comes out, because when you talk about actual games, most of the time when you're going for builds and edits, you're you're going to edit so that you can get a quick shot on the other player with your shotgun. So it's really good practice to practice your builds and edits while having your shotgun out in between your builds and edits. That way you have the muscle memory down of when your shotgun comes out, when you're able to shoot. And it really just makes everything more comfortable when you're editing. And for whatever reason, even though it's the same edit, so take for example, say you're in a game and you have your minis out and you go for an edit, it just feels really weird even though it's the same type of edit. So the same thing can be true as, say if you're in creative and you always practice with your pickaxe out, and then in game you have to pull out your shotgun after editing, it could feel a little bit awkward. So practicing all your builds and edits while having your shotgun out is going to be very essential for making everything feel as comfortable as possible. So when it comes to actual games, you're going to be very prepared when you go for an edit and you already have your shotgun ready, and you're going to be able to shoot the other player right away. So that's what I would recommend. That's the second tip I wanted to give you guys, is just practicing your edits and creative with a shotgun. Obviously this could be a little bit more difficult, say for instance if you guys are in a editing course, but I think editing courses are very good for improving your edits. A lot of editing courses don't already have a shotgun that you can pick up. In that case, you can just practice with your pickaxe. But I think if you are just in your own creative, just make a chest, throw in a shotgun, and practice your builds and edits with that. And I think it's going to be a very useful tip to help you guys out. And so going into the third and final tip that I think is going to help you guys out a ton when it comes to improving your builds and edits in actual games, is when you're practicing your edits, you also want to practice edits that are a little bit awkward. So for example, when you're up right against the wall, practicing your edits there. And the reason why you want to practice this edit, and specifically edits like these, is for example when you're, say, in a pub game or even arena, whatever you guys like to play, or even box fights, anything like that. What's going to happen a lot of times is, say for example you're going to be boxed up, you have either a cone or ramp in your builds, someone's spamming at your builds and you want to edit out the back side. You're not going to have the perfect angle to go for the edit. Most of the time you're going to be up against the wall, you're going to have to go for an edit in a really awkward place. So if you practice your edits being up against the wall and just practice really awkward edits, it's going to help you guys out tremendously when it comes to box fighting, pubs, arena, or even just regular box fights in creative. Just because you're going to be scrunched up against the wall, you're not going to have the perfect angle that you normally would have if you're just, for example, maybe in a editing course where you have you have all the time in the world to set up for the edit. A lot of times it's going to be really off balance, really just kind of awkward type of edits. So you want to practice all sorts of these edits. So practice editing up against the wall, even practicing corner edits. You can even practice your ramp edits in a really awkward place. And for me, the most awkward place to edit a ramp is going to be at the very top of a ramp in this direction. For me, that's super awkward. I miss this edit all the time in game. So practicing as many awkward edits as possible is going to help you guys out tremendously, just because in games you're not going to have the perfect setup. And this is the same thing that's true when it comes to going for shots. And say you practiced an editing course, when it comes to games, you're not going to have that clear line of sight that you might have had in your aiming course. So that's the only thing that I think you really can't get. I think the best way to improve is going to be in box fights, because I like editing courses, I like aiming courses, I think they're great, but you do have to understand that in those courses you get the perfect setup of all time. And when it comes to games, you're going to have maybe low in HP, maybe you're going to be low in materials, you have to go for a really a slower build, you have to be really passive. Or at the same time, maybe you're in a box and you're getting spammed from 3 different directions and you have to make a really awkward edit. Those are type of the more, realistic situations that you would face in game versus the perfect setup that you would normally have in creative. So that's why you guys really have to practice your box fights, practice in pubs, because that's where you're really going to see how good you are at specific mechanics. And with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys definitely hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Make sure you guys throw on those post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And as well, every single day I do live stream on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys haven't came by my live streams before or just forgot when I stream here on this channel every single day at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So definitely come by my live streams. They're a ton of fun. I read the chat all the time, and I play solos every single day on stream. So if you guys want to watch me play solos, if you guys want to watch me get some wins, definitely come by my live streams. Like I said, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every single day, or just throw on those notifications and you guys will see when I go live. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.